and welcome back to another video. I'm so excited because this is the final episode from the Black Moon Lilith series. Yes, in today's video we're discussing Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Libra. It is Libra season. Happy birthday to all you solar Librans. Of course, naturally, this video is specifically for those of you who have Lilith, okay, within the sign of Libra, but still, happy birthday, happy birthday. And I know that all of you Lilith and Libras, you've waited a very long time, a year in fact, for this. So thank you for your patience, as of course I was doing it season by season. Will I do another season by season series? We'll see. But yes, let's get into this. Let's get stuck into this. I am actually getting ready to go out very, very soon. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about this video because yeah, I'm just gonna keep on talking. Anyway, before we get started, guys, as always, if you don't know what Lilith is all about within astrology, then please be sure to check out my introduction video. Okay, I made an introduction video. I'm going to put it in the description box, but I usually put the link as well. And then if you don't know which sign your Lilith is in, then there is going to be a Black Moon Lilith calculator in the description box, so you can find out. So even if you don't have your Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Libra, I've done all the other signs, so there will be a playlist, okay? Playlist for all the signs. So this is Black Moon Lilith, and she represents an independent woman who's pretty outraged, okay? The whole story behind it you'll see in the introduction video. But basically what Black Moon Lilith wants, she gets, and she's going to be ruthless in her displays in order to do so. She will go on a rampage causing havoc, okay? Wherever she goes, there's just going to be complete havoc and chaos, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care how it turns out. So whenever she goes into a particular sign, she just turns that sign upside down. And this right here is the common theme with Lilith throughout the series. I'm getting mixed up as I say Lilith. She is going into the sign of Libra, a sign represented with grace, fairness, diplomacy, justice, relating with others, and above all else, harmony. But as I stated in the New Moon in Libra 2018 video, Libra is a sign strongly connected with duality, due to how Libra is opposite on all accounts. Therefore, with this combination, Lilith is taking Libra's elegance of creating harmony and peace and is instead turning every ounce of harmony and peace that Libra has on its head. She is taking Libra's harmonious approach and is creating many major problems, meaning that if you have this placement, you might experience many issues when it comes to trying to connect with others, when it comes to trying to relate with others. And these issues can even filter in and affect your business partnerships as well, where perhaps you and the other person just cannot see eye to eye. All this building on relationships stuff, Lilith does not want it. In fact, Lilith would much rather have you shield yourself from any type of relationship. But yet, it's these very harmonious relationships that you want. So, whilst one part of you doesn't want to assert yourself within the relationship arena, whatever the relationship might be, another part of you just simply can't live without the other. And anytime you find yourself wanting to connect with someone else or relate with someone else, Lilith comes along and snatches the rug right from under you and trips you up. All these doubts and fears just start to seep in, where you question the other person's motives. You might become paranoid over whether or not the other person even means you well. So it's like this attitude of, what's his or her game? You know, what are they up to, you might say? And what is it? What's their intention? I want to know their intention. Are they who they say they are? You go back and forth from one side of the scale to the other, dying to weigh up the options between, should I trust them or shouldn't I? Perhaps you sit with this daisy in your hand and you just pick at the petals, you know how you do, you loves me not, that whole thing, or she loves me not, whatever. Like, they love me not. When it comes to this daisy, you might be going, well, should I trust or shouldn't I? Should I trust or shouldn't I? Should I? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. It might even get to a stage here where you protect yourself using violence, where you lash out during a mistimed moment. All of this because Lilith doesn't want others getting too close to you. She almost sees this other person as an intruder. However, Lilith and Libra, when it comes to this other part of you who can't live without the other, if you do enter into a relationship with another, or even when it comes to you interacting with others in general, you have the tendency of deliberately letting others decide everything. And I mean everything, absolutely everything. In fact, you might get to a stage where you start copying what others are doing because you find it difficult to define yourself in any way. And so you will purposefully place yourself into a position of subordinating yourself to the will of others. And this is because you may find it difficult to determine the position within your position, right? Your position within the union or in relation to another person. And I find this to be rather interesting because Lilith refused to be dominated by Adam within the story. She wanted to be an equal with Adam. But because this was denied, she got her revenge. But yet, Lilith being in the sign of Libra, a sign all about equality, you would think that she would get the equality that she wanted, right? Not exactly. Because what I think is happening here is that Lilith deliberately wants to cause destruction between you and others. She wants you to permanently go into and break or let break partnerships. Because whilst one side of you wants to commit, the other side has this sheer thirst for having your sexual desires fulfilled. And so this is where the skills come into play once again. Plus, oftentimes, one person is not enough to fulfill the need that you have for love either. Like there is always a new love waiting. And because this is Lilith, maybe her way of causing havoc is by having affairs with married partners, where you use your charm to seduce others, only just to really spit them back out. Spit them back out without a single care, even though you may potentially have just broken up a marriage. Yeah. It could be that you enter into a relationship where the partner is controlling and possessive. They might be extremely difficult to live with even. Someone who just, well, is the complete opposite of you. Then again, it could be a highly insecure partner who is reflecting to you just how insecure you are. It's this person who might just take you on a rampage of emotion. 1 minute you're together, the next you're broken up. 1 minute you're together again, and then the next you're broken up again. And you're just going back and forth. Are we together or not we? You're the whole pal thing. Are we together? Are we not? Are we together or not? It could even potentially be where a business partner goes behind your back or betrays your trust. Then again, it could be the other way around, where you do this to them. Perhaps you project all of your insecurities onto the partner. Maybe you condemn what you see in others. But bigger the insecurity, the more obsessed you are when being loved and needed by the other. Okay, so now I'm seeing how Lilith is working here. She is trying to place you into a position where you depend on another, because what she wants is the admiration. She wants this unlimited amount of supply of love and passion and pleasure. And she is willing to seduce just about anyone in order to get it. In fact, you might be obsessed with beauty, with aesthetic, where everything is about looks and appearances. And so you can be jealous of others where you almost wish that their face was on your face or on yourself, or that their clothes, the clothes they're wearing, were on your back. Or it could be that you want and you crave others to think this about you. So you can go out of your way to make others jealous. Could be that you deliberately want your partner even to be jealous over how others are admiring your beauty. Anything for Lilith to be admired and told just how beautiful and just how pretty she is. You'll flirt and even possibly manipulate others with your own well-meaning intention. Ultimately, Lilith in Libra, it's Lilith here that takes you down the path of cheating, using others, and demanding emotional support from others. Then again, it could be that you are the type of person who forces justice and convictions onto other people. You might see yourself as a fighter for equality and social justice, and so you run around pointing the finger at others and accusing them of injustice behavior. It's as if you're just looking for a dispute, you're looking for a debate, looking for a fight, an argument, anywhere you go. And this right here, this right here can result in others then accusing you for being unfair. They might even have the stronger argument. But whatever way it might play out for you, it can end with you having a breakdown. Therefore, it would be within your best interest to choose your battles wisely and also to learn how to endure these disputes and attacks, because most of the time, you're not gonna win. I'm sure it's exhausting. All of this running around, glamorizing everything so that you can be accepted. Now, it could be that you've experienced some form of trauma when it comes to equity. Perhaps you have suffered from a type of injustice resulting in you possessing strong opinions when it comes to these things. Maybe you've been forced to take sides in the past, or maybe your social power has been denied in some way in the past, where you felt like your voice just wasn't heard, like you couldn't speak up for what was right and what was fair. Therefore, Lilith and Libra, right? You are learning how to be amongst others whilst not underestimating your own capabilities, where you cooperate with others as equals rather than it being me against them, where it's this attitude of, well, what I have to say is so right and they must listen to what I have to say. And that's what I'm referring to. It's still about being able to listen to what others have to say and trying to understand that the voices of both you and the other are just as important, rather than trying to dominate within that discussion. And anyway, as we have been discussing so far, you're usually hit with resistance when this happens, where you don't feel properly heard, when you are just pushing on it and just demanding that I want to be heard, let my opinion be heard. And so it's really about you realizing that associating and connecting with others and relating with others can be really helpful and beneficial, and that healthy debates and being open about certain topics and issues can actually strengthen your skills of diplomacy and harmony. And it's also about learning to accept others without denying your own identity. Because as one side of you denies connecting with others, the other side, once in a relationship, will do just about anything to be accepted within the relationship. But again, either way, it is evident here that you are continuously focusing on the world around you. And so naturally with that, it would be good for you to find a happy medium within your relationships. It's really about you expressing yourself effectively by sharpening your communication skills between listening and speaking. It's about finding that equilibrium between your sensitivities and respecting and cooperating with other people. Overall, Lilith and Libra, once you manage to develop a faith and love towards everyone, where it's not necessarily about the compromising, but more along the lines of cooperating, you will begin to notice how peace and harmony and beauty, they all bring you and those around you into a synchronized state of consciousness, where it's no longer about fighting to prove a point because you want to be right, but rather to act from your heart by taking into account the many facets that make up the world that we live in. Though at the same time, it's not about setting your own thoughts and opinions to the side either, because you too are part of this game that we call life. Right? Meaning that, well, you can agree, but you also can disagree. Okay guys, so that concludes my video on Lilith in the sign of Libra. I always seem to have this surge of energy when it comes to the final episode of my series. I think it's just because it's like, oh my gosh, such an achievement. This is so cool. But yeah, that's another series completo, bonito. on Hannah's Elsewhere. So thank you. Thank you to all who have kept up with this series throughout the year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We still have a couple more episodes from the Saturn series. There's 2 more houses to go. And then we still got Chiron and Mercury and the compatibility series all going on the channel. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching as always. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're watching this when it's like a year from now, 2 years from now, who knows what the series will be? Who knows what will be going on? But for now, in this time here, right, this physical here, I will be back with another video very, very soon.